Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Yes, real green. Black shot.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win. But definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Let's go.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
19 Chargers.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The tackle by Nakobe Dean. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Patterson's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
52 blaster. First and 10.
Back to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Eagles at 9-6 now. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls at work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
10 cycles.
In motion goes the tight end.
Ready?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Striker, 3-3. Shot, 17.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On first, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take the blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 90 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting down.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Week after week, we're seeing plays like this from him. And I think he's in line. We've discussed it before for NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
And a big reason why, I think, is because of his ball skills. And that's something that, for guys of his position, they've talked about it for years. They've done the drills. But they've really increased it in recent seasons because of the offense have gotten so good. He knows how to take the ball away. That is huge for a defender.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, move.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
Ready?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
114 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Hurts.
He'll take a shot for the end zone, and it'll be intercepted. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
134 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Bucs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They'll drop this underneath for Gainwell.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Second and 2. This is Smith with a grab. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts sets up to throw it. Going up top for Miller. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Ross on the return. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over.
Down. Trouble, 38.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
2nd and 6. And Sanders has got it complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, 41 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. McKenzie now from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. The 30. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick six.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone. As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is caught by Watkins. On the move past the 40. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Up the middle they go with Sanders.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there.
With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles go up by 2 touchdowns.
And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
second down. Here's Jalen Hurts. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 43. From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Final minute now, the third quarter. Jacobs going to try the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So a little extra time to ponder this third and goal as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll run with Jacobs. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. Fourth quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 2nd down, Gainwell looking for space. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught, Smith.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Here's Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. From the 9, 2nd and 5.
At the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches as we just saw him do there because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open. Just a split second too late on the release. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that would seem going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Hurts throw, take.
And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They go play action here on first down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
This is certainly not what this offense wants to see. That's Chris Godwin shaken up following that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. That one looks like he'll throw here. Complete. Smith has it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay out.
They're not in any rush offensively. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Philadelphia,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.
another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans. Yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If it coming like this on the intro, what they here for. I'm the best, is you know. And I got it on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, is you know.